All right, 2-star diamond. Super excited about this call today because it is all about like pages. Clearly, we have so many questions on this because we already started the questions before we started recording. So we'll obviously go back to that. But we have Ashley here who actually lives in Washington. She was a discount coach for 20 months, decided to jump fully in when her husband decided to retire from the Air Force. And so she's been a full-time coach since. She is ranked number 481 in the network right now out of 380,000 coaches. That is crazy. So great job on that one. Let's go here. She has 3 kids, from 9 down to 2. 9 down to 4. She also, what's really cool is she met her husband. They dated for 2.5 months and they've been married they got married after 2.5 months and they've been married 14.5 years. It's a super cool fact there. But other than that, I'm going to let you tell anything more about your story that you would like. And we will jump right into building successful like pages. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, first, a little bit more about my story. Brittany said, I was a discount coach for 20 months before I decided to really grow my business. So I always like to share with other coaches to not discount the discount coach. So just because you have somebody who's behind the scenes, it's not always interacting, and I'm sure I've said it before on these calls, don't discount the discount coach because you never know when they might decide that something in their life changes and they might jump all in for their business. Because that's what I did in August of 2014. My life got crazy. My husband retired from the Air Force after 23 years. We moved and we had this crazy transition, and the time was right, and I was really able to define my why. So coaching really fit into what I needed, and so I jumped all in and have gone since then. But today I wanted to talk about growing a like page, and I'm going to share my screen. And I started my like page. Can you guys see that okay? I started a like page 3 years ago. And I started a like page because I was getting back into health and fitness. This was before I was a coach. I was a runner. I still am a runner. And I was constantly sharing stuff on my social media on Facebook. And I was kind of annoying all the people that followed me. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to start a like page, share my passion for fitness and all that kind of stuff in a different way that people could choose to participate in or not. That way I didn't overwhelm the people that weren't into what I was into. So I started a like page. So why is it important to have a like page for your business? For me at the time, I was starting it just so that I could have an outlet to feed my passion and share with other people. But for a business, why is it important to have a like page? Well, first of all, it's so important because you can track the reach of your posts and see what content is working well and what's not working well. You can see what time of the day your audience is looking at your content, so you can tweak, when you're posting and posting what works and what doesn't, because it gives you all of that stuff, and I'll show that in a minute. You can see who your target market is. You can see who has liked your page, what area they're in, what age. Facebook gives you all those demographics based on the people who have liked your page, so you can really tailor your content towards the people who have liked your page and who are attracted to you. This is a great option for coaches who want to keep their personal page private, so they can create a like page and really go all in their like page and still keep some things private in their life on their personal page. But I think one of the most important things is when you have a like page, it helps you reach your cold market when you start to run out of your warm market. So these are some of the stats that you get to see when you have a Facebook like page. And I think it's crucial to be able to see what posts are working well, how the reach and engagement is going. Of course, you have the opportunity to boost and advertise, which I'll talk about that in a second. You can see who is visiting your page, the type of people. You can really have that idea of what's working well and what isn't working well, so you can tailor it completely. There are a lot of different ways to create a like page. Of course, I'm not going to go into the details of how to create a like page because you can do that on Facebook, Google it, do a YouTube video if you don't know how to do it. But there's lots of different ways to actually have a name for your like page. So you can have it just be your name or something you've already branded yourself as. It really doesn't, the choice is yours. The only thing that I would say is avoid using "I'm Beachbody Coach Ashley" or something with Beachbody in it. You don't want to brand yourself too tightly that you will miss a big audience of people. I recommend my coaches to just use their name so they can, it's like their personal page, and people who see their posts will just see that they're a real person. And I had actually branded myself already before I was a coach, but I wish that it was actually just my name, because I think sometimes the thing that I branded myself to kind of puts me in a different category where I feel like I'm too branded, if that makes sense. But I grew a following that I didn't want to actually change my name. I don't think I can change my name at this point. So first step is, when you have a like page, and this is for your personal page too, have a really engaging cover photo with a click for more. So here's an example of my cover photo for my like page, and my like page is called "Running Through Chaos." I came up with that because I'm a runner, got 3 kids, so I was running through the chaos of life. So I have a good cover photo. Don't typecast yourself into something completely Beachbody, completely fitness. Just show you, but have a click for more info where you have a bunch of information about your story. And at the bottom, of course, mine's pretty long, but have a way they can contact you or email you. So if somebody comes to your page to find out what you are about, they can click on this, learn what you're all about, learn your story, and have a way to message you, go to your other website, fill out a form for more information. So you can do this for your personal page as well. I have this on my personal page too. But it's a good, engaging way to get people to know who you are when they're coming to your like page. Okay, how to grow your page when you first get it started. Okay, so the first thing is, ask your friends and your family to like your page and to share your page. That's how I grew mine at first, was finding the people who loved me enough that they wanted to support what I was doing. And I asked for people for referrals. Hey, I have this new like page. Would you be willing to share it on your page as well? And you'd be surprised at how many people are more than willing to bend over backwards to help you and encourage to share your stuff with other people. Even if they're not one of your coaches or one of your customers, people will genuinely want to help you because they care about you. And invite people to like your page from Facebook. In your like page, there's an option where you can invite people to like it. And I say go back and do this every 3 to 6 months, because you'll have been adding new friends and new contacts on your personal Facebook page. So it's a way to get new people onto your like page. And of course, that's pretty basic. That's the first steps to get started. But my biggest key to growing my like page, I think right now I have 8,300 people who've liked my page, and I've never paid for any likes or anything of the sort. So the main thing is content is key. And when I started my page, I have always created original photos with my website on it, stuff that was engaging, stuff that I thought other people would like and other people would share. So I would tell my story through them. Sometimes it would be a long post, sometimes it would be a short post, but I would really connect with what I was feeling and have an engaging photo that people would easily share because they connected with it. And so since they shared it, and then those people may have shared it, it's a way to draw people back to your page. And that is how I was able to get as many people as I have to like my page. So having original photos that you've created, it takes a little bit of extra time. Of course, do I come up with every little thing on my own, all my own? Not necessarily. I might find something inspiring on Pinterest, but I will make my own photo. And if it's a quote from somebody else, of course, I will quote them, but still make it my own photo. So I have hundreds of photos that I've created. And once you've created that content, you can kind of recycle that content back in. I think that's what Chalene Johnson says. I heard on a podcast, she said she keeps track of her Facebook posts in Evernote. So when she needs more inspiration, she can go back to what she may have posted 6 months to a year ago and reuse that content in a different way. So you're not constantly recreating content. You have this stuff that's already started. So if a post does really good today, 3 months, 6 months, you could share it again. And with the way Facebook does their algorithms for who sees your content, completely new people could see that content. So I think original photos, and of course not every post has to have a photo, but I try to have at least once a day a new engaging photo that I've created that's solely mine, that has my website on it so people know how to find me. And then of course this is very basic because it goes the same thing with your personal page, but sprinkle in the beach body. So I have my coaches do this exercise of how am I the same as other Beachbody coaches and how am I different? And you want to be posting about the stuff about how you're different more than just the Beachbody stuff, because that's how you're going to reach people. You'll eventually run out of people if all you talk about is fitness, 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 fitness. Eventually you'll have talked to everybody you know about fitness. Then you need to find people who are into, say you're into your dog, or say you're into sports or a sports team. Those people still need to connect with fitness, but you'll have a bigger reach if you're posting about all those different topics, because then when you sprinkle in the Beachbody stuff, they will connect with you in a different way. So don't typecast yourself into such a small category. Share lots of different stuff. I always tell people to pick 5 things, have Beachbody and 4 other things that they're really passionate about, and share that stuff. So sprinkle it in. Don't be that coach that's like Beachbody stock photo everywhere, because somebody's going to come to your like page and they will see that that's all you're about is Beachbody and maybe making a sale, and they'll get turned off. I want people to come to my page and see me, not a product. So another thing that I was able to do with my like page is I have connected with other pages from my like page. So some people don't realize this, that when you're on your like page, you can actually like other like pages, and you'll get a news feed in your like page when you hit the home button. And you can comment and interact with people who you've liked and comment from your like page. So this picture is a screenshot of my news feed from my like page. And it shows, the arrow shows where I could comment on that person's page. So then if somebody else goes to this person's page, they'll see me in my like page, and they'll be like, oh, what's this, running through chaos? And they may click on it and check out my page. It's a way to get your name out there. So I connect with other pages who have to do with things outside of Beachbody. So I create relationships with those pages, and I comment and I respond. And another thing is when people comment on your like page, make sure you're replying and commenting on those comments, because it'll just make your traction go up even more on your like page. But I make, when I'm doing my power of 3, where I'm connecting with people on my personal page, I try to do the same thing and connect with other like pages and other avenues where I can get my name for my like page out, where people will organically just go and check out my page. Another thing I've created relationship with other pages, and with those relationships, I will share their content and they will share mine. So here's an example where I've shared content from a different page, and I give them a shout out and talk about them, and then they in turn do the exact same thing back. Now granted, this wouldn't work with, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, you're a Beachbody coach, so share our pages, because obviously you guys have the same goals. But you could easily create relationships with other pages that have to do with the other things that you're interested in. And if you have good enough content, they may be more than willing to share what you have in return for you sharing what they have. And of course, if you have followers that are into all of those things, your followers will be happy with the content you're sharing from another page. So I do this all the time, and it's a great way to get traffic to my page, and it's a great way to help and support other people who are growing their like pages too. Hold on. How to transition to a like page. I think that's probably the hardest part. I always tell my coaches when they start a like page to kind of post in both places until your following grows. You don't want to just be like, okay, I've got 5 followers on my like page, I'm only going to post on my like page yet. You have to grow a following of probably a couple hundred people before you transition completely. You have to be patient, because Facebook doesn't show all your posts to all the people. And if you're used to getting a lot of traction on your posts on your personal page, you won't get the same traction on your like page because of all the algorithms. And I think they say they only show your posts to like 2 to 8% of your followers. So even if you have 1,000 followers, only a handful of those people are actually going to see your posts. But always be mindful of content. And don't share, I see coaches do this sometimes, don't take your like page content and share it on your personal page. I think it's better to tag yourself or to do 2 separate posts, because if you're constantly sharing your post from your like page, why would anybody want to go and like your page? Because you're just sharing all the content there anyways. They don't have any reason to go to your new page and like it. So I say right now I still use my personal page and I use my like page, and usually I will post in both places. And eventually I'll make the transition to completely posting on my like page and not using my personal page. But I still feel I have some more market people on my personal page who didn't switch over to my like page, so I want to be able to reach both. So there are some people who've liked my personal page or have liked my like page and are on my personal page, so they may see content twice, but I want to be able to reach as many people as possible. So I'm personally still using both. And I think that's all that I have. Any questions?
That was awesome, though.
Oh.
Did you guys get a lot of great info?
Yes. I have a quick question before I forget, and it was about, we talked about it before, about liking other pages from your like page. And I was actually just doing that today. But you said something about clicking on your home button, like when you're on your like page and you click on your home button. Can you go back over that again?
Yeah, do you want me to share my screen on how it looks?
Sure.
In my like page. Okay. So I'm going to go to my like page. So, of course, when you hit the home button up at the top, these are the pages that I've liked with my like page. So I could scroll through any of these and leave a comment, and it will comment as my like page. I think you can choose. There's a thing you can choose if you.
Yes. Okay.
But you have to actually like them from your like page so that they show up in this news feed. So if there's a page that you're into, just search for it and like it from your like page.
Can you be on your personal page and like people from your personal page? Is there that same button where you can like as your like page? Yeah,
so if it's a like page, so name a like page that you're into. Like a
Ducati motorcycles.
Oh. Okay, well, I don't know how to spell that, so I'm going to do Harley. So Harley, if I go to the Harley Davidson like page, I just click like, and that likes it from my like page. So then if I wanted to talk about this or post about this once I've liked it, if I wanted to tag those people or do anything like that, you can tag them from your like page. Like I've liked the Seahawks. So since I have liked the Seahawks, it will tag them in from my like page.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but the only people that will show up in this news feed, like if you haven't liked anybody from your like page, when you hit home, this will be blank. There will be nobody here.
Say that again. Sorry.
I said if you haven't liked anything from your like page, this news feed will be completely blank. So the likes that you liked from your personal page don't transfer over to your like page.
Okay.
And another thing is likes from a like page don't count as likes on your like page. So like if I liked your like page from my like page, it wouldn't make your likes go up. A lot of likes in that sentence.
Only personal likes.
Only personal pages count towards your like page likes.
Gotcha.
So are you saying that when you say it comes up in your newsfeed, do you mean that when an outsider goes to your like page, they're going to see your newsfeed? Is that okay?
No, it's a private newsfeed, just like you have with your personal page.
Okay. Inside of your like page?
It's like your friends from your like page would be other like pages. So in our newsfeed, you see all of our friends' posts. You have the same thing on your like page, but again, you have to go in and actually like that stuff. And personal people You can't like them or be friends with them. It's only other like pages.
Right. Okay. Good. That's new information. I didn't know that.
You know, if you
Thank
can
you.
change names, once you've chosen a name, do you know if you can change your name?
I believe that you can if you have like a certain amount of followers or like under a certain amount of followers. And I believe that if you have a lot of followers, you can do it, but Facebook like sends a notification out to all of your followers, and then they let them know that in 30 days, this page will now become this, and it gives them the opt out to not like it anymore. So that's why I branded myself as Running Through Chaos like forever ago, and I feel like it kind of typecast me because it was basically originally just about running, but I now share all aspects of my life on it just because I didn't want to change my name because I didn't want to lose followers.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, what other questions do you guys have? That was awesome. And you said you didn't have much. You had a whole PowerPoint, girlfriend.
Well, I feel like that's all pretty not awesome information. Because running a like page really isn't any different than running a personal page. I think it's really just about having good content. If you have good content that people want to share, it will get people to come back to your page.
Absolutely.
One of the reasons that I've struggled with, you know, I haven't started one yet, is just that whole duplication thing. Like I didn't want to be doing it on both pages and having the people see it twice. And I felt like, you know, I really wanted my warm market to be seeing everything, but now I really see the value with the other. But I know in my personality, it's going to drive me crazy trying to decide which to post in which area. I'd like to hear from other people that have like pages. Do you post the same thing in both, or do you just do one or the other, or how do you do it?
I post a lot of more personal stuff on my personal page, and I would say 3/4 personal and 1/4 health and fitness, and then the opposite on my left. So 3/4 health, fit, things I'm into with a little bit of my personal stuff.
And see, I'm opposite. I think they need to have more personal stuff on your like page because they need to get to know you more than just the fitness stuff, in my opinion. And like I said, if you post in both places, I mean, chances are everybody who's liked your like page, chances are they're not all going to see that content. The people who comment and like your stuff on your like page are the ones that are going to see your content more often. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's totally okay to sometimes post, you know, like this or share this. You know, don't do it with every post, but give people a call to action sometimes. So if it's a good post, give them a call to action to share it or to like it, or to tag somebody in it to drive traffic back to your page. But you can't do it with every post. I try and do that maybe just once or twice a week.
Mm-hmm. Shannon, I think to your issue of like not wanting to duplicate, if you just stagger it a little, like put something on your like page and then wait an hour and put it on your personal, or like if it's a really good post that you designed and you're like, I want this on both, just wait 45 minutes. Different people are going to be on Facebook.
Oh, and you can schedule posts from your like page without having to use Buffer or Hootsuite or anything. There's an actual scheduler, so that if you set it up to post on your personal page and you wanted to post on your like page an hour later, you could set it up at the exact same time.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff on a like page that you can't do on a personal page, which is why they're awesome. It's like scheduling. I schedule all the time. In fact, this weekend we're going out of town, so I'm pre-scheduling the stuff that I want on there so I can just walk away and be unplugged. And then make real live posts like to my personal page.
Yeah, I think though when you schedule, I think you have to occasionally sprinkle in a live post too, because I think it helps the algorithms. I mean, there's all this crazy stuff that Facebook has for like pages of who gets to see your stuff, and like lately, even my page has like over 8,000 likes, but some days my content does really great, and like it'll be the same content on my personal page that does great, and then on my like page, like not the right people have seen it, and it just doesn't get the same reach. So I think they're constantly changing that algorithm, and I think part of it is they want you to pay for advertisement, which is a great thing about having a like page, but I don't want to have to pay for advertisement for every single post to get people to see it. But it's a good avenue. I have coaches on my team who have a like page just for advertisement. They boost posts occasionally, and they still use their personal page, but they want to get new people, new cold market people, so that they have a like page just for advertisement.
Okay, we have time for one or two more questions.
Another tip I'll mention on now for Shannon, because she's new to like pages, so she doesn't know, is I'll stagger two in my challenge groups, because all my challengers are also personal friends with me and are probably following my like page. So if I have a motivation that I want to put, like something that I created, an image that's me with like some words, and I want my challengers to see it too, I don't just blast like boom, 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 because then when they log on Facebook, they see me post the same exact thing. It's like this whole string of the same picture. So I will post it early in the morning for my challengers, and then later, like they get it first because it's special, and then later on I might put it in my like page, and then later on I'll like reshare that into my personal page. So it's kind of like throughout the day, it's all over the place with one thing that I created, but I used it in a lot of different ways.
I think that's what Shalene said, is like taking the same content and splitting it all over the different places. And that's why I think it's okay to share the same stuff over and over again sometimes, but change it up a little bit, because chances are on my page, if you post something, you know, only a small percentage of those people will actually see the post. So if you post it again, chances are that new people are going to see it.
Okay, anything else you guys want to share on like pages? One great thing too that I've seen many coaches do is, you know, post a picture of a recipe that they just created, or something that they made, and then say, you know, check out my like page for the recipe. So they're kind of directing that traffic also to their like page. So you can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
One real last quick question. Ashley, did you ever, have you ever studied or followed Amy Porterfield, who's done quite a bit of training on?
I haven't. You know, I was in a different group like this. I think it was my 1-star group, where there was a girl who did a call on some of the stuff she learned from Amy Porterfield. But that was a lot of Facebook ads type of stuff. But no,
Cool. Just wondering.
I heard it's good stuff.
She's
It
absolutely
is.
incredible. I've done a lot of her trainings, and I purchased a lot of her trainings for our team. And at Shalene's live event for Market Impact Academy, she was one of the keynote speakers, and she spoke for a couple hours, and it was like, I have a whole page of like a whole binder of just notes from her. So she's really easy to learn from, and her academies are so straightforward and they're so affordable. But I learned more from her. Well, I mean, not more than from Shalene, but she's absolutely incredible for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to ask, I was trying to remember her name, and I wondered if she was the resource, but I was going to ask if there's a place you keep current on the changes that are always happening with Facebook, if there's any kind of resource.
Totally the go-to. For me, she's totally the go-to girl. And she shares her answers all the time on Facebook. Like if you just follow her, she's always having a new webinar, you know, each week where she's just giving free info out. So she's super, super awesome with that.
Yeah, I have to agree. That's one of the cool things about her. Her training is always improving and staying up to date.
Because everything's constantly changing.
Yeah. Well, you were awesome. Thank you.
Yes, great suggestions. Absolutely love it. So, and this is a great way to get your new coaches to start building it, because this will obviously help their cold market. So really suggest them, you know, starting a like page, because it does take quite a while to build some traction. And then once you get it, it gets going. So if you haven't created one, please, you know, do consider it. Other than that, Ashley, do you have any last comment that you would like to make about this?
No, just be patient. I mean, of course, you can always pay for likes and that kind of stuff, but it will grow organically with time. You know, it just takes a little bit. So if you're just starting, especially for new coaches, that's why I encourage new coaches to get it started and to kind of post in both places to grow their following, because you don't want to run out of your warm market and then jump to a like page and then have to start from scratch and like have to grow it completely from nothing and have people go to your page and they don't see any posts. Like, you want to be able to, for people to see that you're real and authentic and you know what you're talking about because you've been around for a while. You didn't just start your page yesterday. So that's why, Shannon, you need to start a page.
I know.
Well, and Shannon, you know that you don't have to publish it right away. Like, it can be a creation. Like, you don't have to, you can take, I tell my coaches, you know, start the creation process and then publish it when you're ready, but at least you can start dabbling with cover photo and content and uploading some files, creating some photo albums. and then just take it easy. You know, you don't have to publish it tomorrow just because you want to create it, but at least you get your feet in the door, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm up to my eyeballs with projects I'm doing for my
Yeah.
team. I told myself I was going to put them first before I did my own stuff, but I know that I should just budget my time and spend time on both. I'm working on it.
You'll get there.
Absolutely. Well, coaches, thanks for popping on. Absolutely. Thank you, Ashley, for that amazing
Yeah, thank you.
talk. That was,
Sorry, one more. I was trying to find her name. It's Mari Smith. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mari's good too.
Did anybody mention that already? Okay.
How do you spell her name? Her first name?
Mari. I was just sitting here scrolling trying to find it. Smith. She has a Facebook like page, and that's all her job is to update us on the inner workings of Facebook and how things are changing. It's not her, it's her job to do that. And it's not personally because she's benefiting her. I think Facebook, I don't know if she works for Facebook or what. And her page is awesome to follow.
Thank you. I'll make note of both of those.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one last tip, and I'm sure everybody knows it. Make sure that you don't like other people's pages. Like I've always heard, follow all the top coaches so that you can get inspiration, but don't follow all the top coaches. With advertisement and all that kind of stuff, they can tap into your market. So go to those people's pages for inspiration and look at them, but don't ever like them. I'm sure everybody knows that, but so for real, you don't have to like my page.
awesome. Well, you all have an amazing Thanksgiving. Thanks for jumping on. I know it's taken away from your precious family time and, time with your team, but I truly appreciate it. Take some of these actions, put them into action, obviously, or maybe it's something you do in 2016. Whatever it is, make it happen, okay? Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Ashley, again. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.